Hello and welcome once again to the Action Toon Bros. I'm Ben Sturgeon.
And I'm Matthew Lewis.
And today we are going to continue on episode 20, our trek through Legend of Korra.
You say trek, I say it's a jolly jaunt.
A jolly jaunt with everything that's been happening so far, and we only watched the first 3 episodes of season 3.
Oh yeah.
Everything's been thrown, and you're just like, jolly, happy cooperation.
Yep, it's great.
Dark Souls. Anyway, oh my goodness. As I've already said before, I'm enjoying every little bit. And we've only watched the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, we'll watch for 6 now.
Well, by now. But, speaking of which, though, let's start off with episode 4 of season 3, In Harm's Way. We start off with Shiro Shinobi. I will never get tired of that name. Talking about how, airbenders are mysteriously vanishing in Ba Sing Se, including Kai.
Yep.
And the Earth Queen already told Korra that there are no airbenders, and Korra's having none of that.
Of course.
But meanwhile, Mako and Bolin found their lost family.
Yay!
And no grandmas were killed in the making of that of that part. And of course, they mentioned about the Dai Li.
Yeah, they find out about the Earth Queen, and they hear about the whole scheme of her possibly kidnapping people.
But on top of all of this, Zuko is going to meet with Tonraq about Zahir appearing, because Zahir's a thing.
And he says he went to the two chiefs of the Water Tribe.
Yep. And that's when the episode finally starts.
Yeah.
We get Zuko flying in on his dragon.
Oh, it opens on Plea in a hood and shadows.
Right. Plea in a hood in her little icy. I was going to say
prison?
Throne, but prison.
I was going to say, you're already looking good deep
then we
in the
see,
ice.
outside, we see Tonraq with Eska and Desna, which they're so minor in this season. Oh, I'm sad. Anyway, and we see Zuko flying in on a dragon, and of course Tonraq's like, "Hey, why, what took you so long?" Zuko's like, "Yeah, I was just making sure I didn't get hit by that storm over there." And of course, Tonraq pulls an Obi-Wan Kenobi and says, "That's no storm."
Yeah, that's them.
Yep, that is them. Where we see Zahir and his crew all that he has so far, just driving a truck while Zahir's making all of that snowstorm stuff.
Is is Ming-Hua doing waterbending to help us?
No.
Just him doing airbending?
Ming-Hua is still in the truck at this time.
Okay. Yeah.
While what's his name?
Zahir.
Yeah, no.
Ghazan is driving.
Ghazan. See, I'll eventually get their names right, but
I was gonna say also in my note. Did they say what their group is called yet?
No, there's no name. Right now,
I refer to them as that group in my notes. So
yeah, I was gonna say right now they're even in these episodes that we have, they don't drop that name yet.
Okay.
Even though I don't know what name you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, oops. Then I'll try not to say it.
Whatever. But anyway, so as this is happening, Ming-Hua jumps out, and Eska and Desna decide to do some waterbending with her, and they're doing fine, I guess.
I love how we see more aggressive airbending, because he evades all of Tonraq and Zuko's stuff, and he's just kicking butt, evading them. He uses a ton of really cool moves on the good guys. Mm-hmm. And it's finally. Meanwhile, the Eska and Desna do a bunch of ice spikes, and then Ming-Hua just Spider-Man's through them with her arms.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man swings through the spikes, and then just blam, freezes both of them in a second.
It instantly freezes both of them. Falls down.
Oh, not falls down. She jumps up into the air and then turns into a drill and just whooshed into the ground.
Yeah, that's right.
So cool.
Whooshes into the ground.
Just so many cool moves.
Then she falls through, and of course there are some. There's some of the lotuses.
Yeah, she pops on the prison.
Yeah, we're gonna fight you, and they fail. Obviously.
She just lash whips them and freezes them into the walls in a second.
Then she literally flash freezes the door.
Yeah, we see the water seeping through the cracks of the linings of the door and through the window, and then suddenly it all freezes and bends all the metal out of place. It looks so cool.
Oh my goodness, it was so amazing.
It was a really, really cool tactic that she did there.
And then of course, as that's happening, she's like, "Oh, hey, you're here now," and of course. Plea takes off her binds.
And this is when Matthew faints, because Plea stands up and she is incredibly tall and has
very
a
tall
undercut. And I just literally fainted at my computer. I was like, oh god, she's so great,
right?
She's super damn tall.
When it comes to quality in women, Please got it.
Please is great.
Oh my goodness.
She like just
Of course, as she takes off all her binds and stuff, she also like removes whatever it was on
headband?
her head. Yeah, her headband. And we see a third eye tattoo. Gee, it's like she's related to Sparky Boom Man, or Sparky Boom Man is a clan.
Yeah, who knows? I said like in my notes like, oh, she removes her headband showing Sparky Boom Man tattoo. This is when, meanwhile, Spider-Man climbs out of the thing. She's like, climbs up the wall. It's really cool.
You know, we could have used the elevator. Show off. I'm like, great. Yes.
Oh, they're so great. Zuko's dragon tries to burn. As soon as they surface, Zuko's dragon tries to burn Plea, and of course, she just takes all of the fire.
And she does. Silly pun. Anyway, and then of course we get Plea using her ability, which is obviously combustion.
She takes all the fire from the dragon and then just does the bam with the third eye and blasts the dragon, exploding. I was like, whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's great. And then, of course, the team, the criminal team, make a break for it, and they succeed.
We see Ghazan take out Zuko with regular earthbending.
Yeah, with regular earthbending.
And Plea takes out Ton Rock with more explosions. It's really, really cool.
And then, of course, after all of that...
Yeah, they drive off together, finally.
And of course, Zahir is like, oh, I've missed you, babe. And they start making out, and...
Oh, I'm about to say, she's literally cradling him in the car. I'm just
I know. Christ. It's just like, oh, look.
She's literally...
You and I were like, Gazan. We're just like, seriously?
Yeah.
Gazan's just like, are you going to do this right now as I'm driving?
On, man, watch it. It's hilarious.
It's great.
But back in the Ba Sing Se slums.
Yep, back in the lower ring, we get two. One of the many cousins of Bolin and Mako.
Kind of catch his name is really difficult.
But giving them passports to get back to the upper ring. And of course, they're like, yeah, we have to tell Korra about this. They're like, oh, well, we're sorry that you have to leave, but do come and visit. And of course, Bolin, in typical Bolin fashion, is like, yeah. Starts listing literally every single...
blah, 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 and you, blah, 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 and you, blah, blah, blah. And it goes on for so long, and it's amazingly hilarious.
Meanwhile, we get Korra beating up on a punching bag, and also Asami.
Yeah, Asami's there helping her train, and she just, like, accidentally hits so hard that she, like, bruises Asami. It's really
Asami's just like, Korra, please, my hands.
Yeah, it's funny. Korra says she doesn't trust the Earth Queen, which, of course, why would she? She seems like a crazy evil person.
Enter Bolin and Mako. And by the way, I actually put this quote down from Bolin. So Bolin and Mako come in, and Asami and Korra are like, "Hey, where have you guys been?" And Bolin replies with, "We chased Kai, train, slipped away, lower ring, slept in trash pile, met our family." Grandma tears, Mako's scarf, Earth Queen lying, and then passes out. I'm like, it was too good not to pass out.
Great.
Yeah. And of course, it's like, can you translate that, please?
Yeah, Mako just tells him the Earth Queen's been kidnapping airbenders.
And of course, Korra's like, I knew it.
That's great.
And then she's like, yeah, we're gonna have to do something great. We're gonna have to do something spectacular, like breaking them out, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's when the Earth Queen walks up to them, and of course, Papu has to hide in Bolin's jacket.
Yep, and of course, the Queen's like, oh, hey, look, there's this town over here.
The Yang Province.
Yeah, the Yang Province. They have airbenders. You need to leave now. You need to leave by tonight. Achoo! And we're not talking... Hey, by the way, for the recording, that was a softer way of writing. She starts violently sneezing.
Yeah,
almost nonstop. And she's like... And she looks over at Gun and she's like, is there an animal in my presence?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Korra's like pretends to be happy about this news, saying, oh, well, maybe we'll leave. We don't know. But yeah.
And of course, when she says you have to leave tonight, Korra and Asami are like, yeah, but the airship needs to be repaired. We'll leave by the morning.
Yeah, we're going to stay for a little bit. And it's like, oh, no.
Yep, and then, of course, the Queen keeps sneezing violently.
Yeah, and this is when we cut back to later that night. Tenzin is pissed that the Earth Queen is hiding airbenders.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we see...
he was upset because the Earth Queen was conscripting her citizens. And of course, Boomy had to be like,
I love this.
Yeah, and Boomy's like, well, to be fair, she has the right.
Yeah, I wrote like a funny pro-military Boomy moment, which you don't really see. He says, like, it's in her rights to conscript her citizens since they're hers. But they're like, hey, shut up.
Everyone just like glares at him. He's like, what?
Yeah, it's a very funny character moment for him. It's like, yeah, he is a military man. He's the only one who's official.
And of course, Janora is so worried about
finally
Kai.
Deduces, what if Kai was taken?
Yep. And of course, as they're deciding, where to start looking, Mako, and like a random brilliant moment, is like, hey, we could look at Lake Laogai.
I was just like, oh,
yeah. When I heard that, I'm like, yes. Everyone like looks at him like, what's going on with you, Mako? And Mako's like, what? I read some of Janora's books.
Yeah, and I wrote, hey, Lake Laogai, the place where Jet maybe or maybe didn't die.
Nah, he's dead.
Yeah, well, yeah. He was.
He is dead. But anyway, and
show,
of course,
but, outside of that day, officially, yeah, he was killed.
And of course, they're like, okay, we have a place to start, but how are we going to do it? And Janora, well, let's just say that she can Deus Ex Machina. Remember in season 2 when Janora like Deus Ex Machina out of her body to help Spirit Korra?
Astral projected with her astral projection power she still has?
Well, she has those again, and she also explained that
she still has them, not again.
Well, she still has them. They're not as strong as when they were having harmonic convergence.
Of course.
But she still can astral project herself out of her body and like go for like short amounts of time.
Yeah, and Korra says she's planning on taking all the airbenders with her, and this is when we cut to the Dai Li training the airbenders.
Yep. Underground, it's like step 1 of being in the army. Never talk about being in the army.
Yeah, just that they're property of the Earth Queen and they have to do whatever she says, and Kai is just like having the easiest time ever.
Yeah, well, he is. And he also like, goes easy on his buddy because he understands.
Yeah.
And
he's
of
training,
course,
this guy isn't.
Dai Li guy is like, how dare you show weakness to the enemy?
Yeah, he tells him he needs to go harder and do better, and he's just like, man, whatever. He actually knocks out the guy, and then it's really intense, and the guy is really pushing Kai, even though Kai is the only one who's trained there and knows what he's doing.
Right.
But this is when we cut to the underwater base at Lake Laogai. It's flooded and empty, and I wrote in my notes, and no jet skeleton.
Actually, it's not all flooded, by the way. Because there are some scenes, I thought it was too, but there are some scenes when Janora is using her astral projection where there are some unsubmerged areas. Because remember, it was just an underground
it was
cave.
under a lake.
Yeah, cave. But yeah, so there are, and they're like, oh no, Janora's like, I didn't see anyone there. It's completely deserted. So where could they be? She's like, well, they could be literally listed a lot of places.
They could be in the sewers. They could be in the this other there.
Yeah, and Tenzin's like, yes, we get it. She could be anywhere. Yeah, is there a way you can single hit like anyone out? Like maybe. And Korra's like, yeah. How did you find me?
Yeah.
And Janora reveals that since Korra and Janora have a strong spiritual connection, she was able to find that.
Enter the spirit world at the same time and all the studying and all that stuff.
And of course, Korra's like, hey. Maybe you can do that with Kai. I mean, you two have a connection.
Yeah, and Tenzin's like, what?
And Tenzin's like, excuse you?
Yeah,
it's stroking his beard. And so Janora does just that.
Yep, but this is when we cut back to Kai training again. He's the only one who's talented, and he's at the Dai Li guy is earthbending rocks at them, and everyone's trying to dodge him, but just getting hit by him. And of course, Kai is easily blocking them all, and is trying to help his friend again. But
trying to help his friend. And in this case, the Dai Li agent's like, if you have time to help your friends, you don't have enough rocks. And literally, like, beats the crap out of him with rocks. He's like, you're not good enough. Put him. And then, of course, in a rage, Kai tries to attack.
Yeah.
And so he's like, take this guy to the, what was it?
The hole?
Yeah, to the hole.
Yep, and this is when he's thrown in there until this is when Janora's spirit finds him.
Kai, I found you. And he's like, yeah, so what's going on? She's like, don't worry, we're trying to find a way to rescue you guys. And he's like, yeah, there's a lot of people. She's like, yeah, just sit tight, we'll get you. And so she also goes, because Janora's smart.
They have a cute little weird moment of her like flirting with, I'm so happy I found you, and before she flies off, and they see where they are.
Yep, she flies, legitimately just goes straight up, and finds out that they are underneath the Queen's Temple.
The new temple that she was building when we first saw in the last episode. Mm-hmm. Korra is, of course, pissed as usual.
As usual. And, of course, Boomy's like, hey, okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go in, sneak in at the dark of night. All we need now is 12 tons of blasting jelly, a medium-sized bulldozer, and does anyone know any badger moles that know Morse code?
Yeah.
I'm like, Boomy, please. And at this moment...
They get a knock on the door.
The Earth Queen again. I swear that.
Oh no! Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, it has to be the Earth Queen.
The Earth Queen. How dare she?
Yeah,
they open it up and we see
Lin.
Lin Beifong.
Yay! Lin's back in the story finally. Jeez.
And then I know, right? After
She's
so long.
here to get Korra out because her life is in danger, and Korra is confused as to why. Oh, did you say like Zuko and your father? And he's like, why are they together?
Yeah, and then she name drops Zahir, and Tenzin's like immediately like, uh-oh. And Korra's like, guys, look, I'm standing right here. Tell me what's going on now.
Yeah, and also he's shocked when he finds out that Zahir is an airbender now.
Yeah, yes, that too.
Yeah.
So long and short of it is, Zahir and his gang of friends, I guess. They, for some reason unknown, they tried to kidnap Korra when they found out that she was the Avatar. And when she's like, why? Why did they do this? Lin says, this right here, like, astonished me. She's like, when we captured Zahir and them, we interrogated them for 13 years and none of them broke.
Yeah.
So we have no idea why they're doing any of this.
Yeah.
And of course, Korra has the realization, that's why you hid me away.
Yeah. That's
because all those times in season 2 when they said that they were doing it to protect her, they meant it.
Yeah, because this is some serious business. And of course, they're like, okay, we need to get you out of here. And Korra's like, she ain't scared. She ain't scared of Zahir.
I ain't afraid of no criminals.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, I fought an Equalist and a giant, like, Godzilla monster-looking thing. I ain't afraid of 4 guys.
Yeah, she says she needs to complete this mission. And Lin says, fine, I'll stay here and help.
Yep.
And this is when we cut to night with Jinora.
Oh, yes, with Jinora. Yeah. This part made me laugh because it's just like, oh, wait, little girl, what are you doing? She's like, Jinora's like, I'm lost. She's like, you shouldn't be out here alone at night. She goes, I'm not alone. Literally points behind the guards. The guards look in weird cartoon fashion. Everyone's like in a fighting pose.
Yeah, it's so stupid, funny, stupid.
It was great. Okay, so here's the main plan here.
The whole team takes out those guys, and of course they infiltrate the base.
Of course.
Yeah.
So here's the plan. Boomy, Korra, and Tenzin are going to look for the airbenders. Yeah. Jinora, Mako, and Bolin are going to look for Kai. The radio, if they need help, reconvene outside.
Yep.
And so Team Tenzin goes in, and as they're looking around, they find the airbenders.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, we're busting you out." And
they're all shocked and happy, like, "Oh wow,
they're like, yeah." And
cool.
they mentioned Kai, and Tenzin's like,
the guy Kai helped a couple times tells him like Kai is still locked up in there, like, don't worry, people.
Yeah, don't worry. And then I had to put this down too.
Yeah.
Because Boomy goes on the radio and he's like, "Top side, this is Papa Bear. The breezies are in the hold. Cue the balloons." And Lynn's like, "Wait, what? Are you guys in trouble?"
Yeah, something go wrong?
And he just rolls his eyes and he's just like, "Look, we got the airbenders out. Get the airships ready." Nobody likes code names anymore.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I'm like, dude.
That was great. Asami and Lin are in the ship while the B team finds Kai and Jinora gives him a kiss. Ooh, got to be Bolin. Bolin's all like, "Ooh, I'm gonna tell Tenzin. It was so nice."
Like, hey,
why would you do that? Yeah, Mako's like, "Why would you tell Tenzin?" He's like, "Why
would I not tell Tenzin?"
And
then of course, Kai's like, "Hey, sorry for stealing your wallet and stuff." Bolin's like, "Oh, I can't stay mad at you." Mako's like, yeah, I can. I have a lot of money in that wallet.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I was like, "Oh, come on, dude."
And of course, as they're running away, and
the Dai Li catch the B team and confront. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna get you."
Of course, as they're like, "We're gonna get you," we cut to Korra and the A team, and they're like, "All right, let's go. It's clear." Yep. As they're running in the scaffoldings of the temple, you see more Dai Li agents, and they all jump out. And the Queen's like, "Oh, well, I see you found my troops. Yeah. They need to learn respect, but you should stop doing this, because if you don't stop doing this, you're going to make a war happen."
You phrased that very weirdly. But yeah, it says, "If you kidnap my citizens, it is an act of war."
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and Korra's like, "I don't care."
Yeah, Korra's like, "Come on now. Do you know me?"
Yeah,
and of course the Earth Queen's like, and then boom, all the airbenders decide to do air and push everything and push everyone. And then of course, it's like, Boomy's like, "Look, It's the airships. Come on, we gotta go.
Yeah, the airbenders try to hold back the Dai Li as they're partially trained now, and they all board the ship.
Yep.
But
and then meanwhile on the B team,
yeah, Mako and Bolin take out their agents, all really cool.
Jinora gets caught for a brief second because Kai does amazing airbending stuff.
Yeah.
Beats the crap out of the guy who was training him. Is yeah, looks like I am as good as I thought.
Yep. Korra and Tenzin escape on Oogie and the airships. Mako and Bolin is really cool. They're the Dai Li glove fire, gunfire, so they can dodge all that really coolly. Oogie's fur, of course, falls all over the queen and starts sneezing crazy.
You forgot the coolest Bolin thing ever. Because as everyone's leaving, Korra's where are the others? And Bolin's hey, little help! Then all of a sudden, Bolin's everyone, grab on! They all go towards Bolin, and Bolin literally pushes the earth up to catapult them into the sky. I'm that is awesome. So good. And of course, the queen's all get them, you fools! And
the
fur
just it's just really hilarious, dude. We cut to them having escaped on a big plateau, and Tenzin says he gives the Benders a choice to either relocate or join him at the Air Temple to train, and it's their own free will and their own choice. And it's it's really cool.
And every single one of them except for Kai.
No, but say not all of them, because the next scene we see a large number of them going with Tenzin, but then we see a couple going with them on the ship to relocate. That's a really cool.
And of course, oh my goodness, when a lot of them started saying, "Hey, yeah, I'd like to join you. I'd like to join you," dude, Tenzin just welled up.
Yeah,
he's just
finally. Tenzin goes back, and Korra keeps traveling, saying that this is only the beginning.
And the episode ends there.
Yep, I love Ba Sing Se. I love that the Dai Li are still dope. I'll always contend that the Dai Li are fantastic because they what was it? Back to the old argument we had with Ed about
who's the best and who's not.
Yeah, but along with the whole bloodbending can control your movements. The Dai Li were handcuffing people to walls in original Avatar, without them even doing it, be able to stop it in any way.
Right.
Those earthbending gloves, and also they shoot them like bullets, so it's extra dangerous. They're dope as heck.
I was giving this some thought because I'm creepy this way. You know how waterbenders can bend the blood in your body? The human body technically has minerals.
Yeah.
Could an earthbender bend bone or something like that?
That's what I was saying. I was thinking about way back in the day, people were hypothesizing about petrified or ossified bones into fossils technically are rock and bone at the same time. So who knows? It's all nebulous because what they can control. We'll get more into earthbending later, but it's still very nebulous what they can and cannot do. But yeah, who knows? It's always been theorized by people. It's really, I love the Dai Li because they are so strong and cool. They do a lot of
the Dai Li are
the gloves alone are so intensely so much utility.
Usually, I'm not a big fan of things like that, but the Dai Li are actually pretty cool. I mean, they kept Ba Sing Se under their control for the longest time before Aang showed up.
They were cool with the later way back in the day with the original king. They were cool because they're so ominous and they're such a weird. They're not Fire Nation. They're not openly evil, but they're a weird secret police that are controlling the city, and it's such a cool concept. And also they're earthbenders, so they're extra cool.
But now, speaking of a cool concept, let's get to
episode 5.
My goodness, the first of 2 of my so far favorite episodes of this. So yes, episode 5,
The Metal Clan. Last time, do you have more detail on the last one? I was a short thing about the.
Am I the only one that is the last time?
I have short notes about.
I have the last time right here.
Yeah.
But anyway, so on the last time, it's there is no safe place for the Avatar because first she's banished from Republic City.
Yep.
Then she's the enemy of the Earth Kingdom by the Queen.
Yep. And
now we got criminals. Yep. Zahir's after her. Tenzin and the air recruits gone.
Yeah,
now she's only safe with Lin's hands.
Beifong.
Oh, right there. That first moment right there. Lin Beifong being
she's the only one who can save the Avatar.
I'm yes, we're going to get awesome Lin action.
Oh, God. This whole arc is going to be really great. Let's see.
So where do we start
Naga is playing catch in a field as Korra and the Airbenders train. Or is it Kai with them? Or
you don't see Kai.
She's just doing her airbending training.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kai went back because We see her doing airbender training. Lin just wants to get a move on because she refuses to play catch with Naga, and I'm just like, as a dog owner, I get it.
Yeah, right.
They can be terrible.
And of course, as all this is happening, and even Naga's like, pushes the ball to Lin, and she's
just like, get away.
No. But
Asami
anyway,
and Mako have a report from Zaofu, the Metal Clan City.
Immediately hearing Zaofu, the Metal Clan City, Lin's just like,
visibly uncomfortable.
No, we're not going here. We're not going there.
She is incredibly visibly uncomfortable and doesn't want to go there. And Korra's like, no, we have to go. It's a big city. It'll be cool.
And there's an airbender there. That's just immediately what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, and so they all board the ship, and Lin Naga continues to try to play, and then bam, just pops the ball.
He's like, no, my phone.
He nudges the flat remains of the ball very sadly, and I'm like, oh, sorry, Naga.
Now,
playtime's over.
We get to Zaofu.
Yeah.
And it looks like, from the surface, it looks like a bunch of big Providence kind of things in lotus flowers, but it's all metal.
Yeah, all metal, super shiny, and looks like it's surrounded by lotus
Oh
petals.
my goodness,
it is a really cool design.
Amazing.
Yeah, Bolin's freaking out, whoa, this is so again, Lin, you should love it. The whole city's made of metal, and then she's
this is big whoop.
Yeah, she's really shut up.
And when they land, Lin's
Korra is still suspicious. What's with her attitude? Why is she acting like this?
Why is she being a grump?
Yeah.
When they land, this only furthers Korra's suspicions because Lin's like, I'm not joining you, and don't you dare tell anyone I'm here.
Yeah, and as the balloons are lowering, they get coolly tethered, and Lin won't leave the ship.
Everything is so awesome. I'm an earthbender, as all of you know. I love earthbenders, period.
Yeah.
I freaked out when I knew lava bending was a thing.
Yeah.
And yes, I know metal bending is a thing, and the best earthbender ever, Toph, and the best bender in the world.
We'll go into that in a minute with Toph. Yeah.
Right. But seeing an entire city of nothing but metal benders...
It's incredibly advanced, we're going to find out, because it's of course it's great. They're greeted by the ambassador, Aiwei. Yeah, and are led to the airbender as they hear it's really, really cool, and the city is beautiful. This guy has a weird nose change, it's really cool.
But before we do that...
On the island...
Oh, well, he did... Actually, before that, he also asks...
Is there anybody else here?
Is there anyone else? He's like, nope, we got everyone. Mm-hmm. Then he goes to lead them into the city. But we go to Air Temple Island, where we see...
and Milo.
Are showing the new recruits around, and we get to see one of the new recruits, Dao, a.k.a. the first airbender guy that was freaking out.
Yeah, in the city, yeah.
Yep. He's just like, oh, it's pleased to meet you. And then we get to meet a new airbender, a kind of beefy airbender. Yeah. He's just like, hey, my name is Yoru.
Yoru.
Yoyorru.
Yeah.
Yoru.
Yeah, but he's just Euro. He's just weird.
Anyway, pronunciations aside, new guy appears, and he's pretty buff, and he's got a scar on his head and everything.
Yeah.
And he's just like, hi, I heard anyone's welcome. Iki's in typical country bumpkin fashion. Ma! Kaya, we got a new one!
Yeah, of course.
And of course, there's, Yoru seems to be a decently fine fellow. Anyway.
He takes off his hood and it's obviously Zahir.
What are you talking about? Zahir has scruff on his face.
Oh, you're right. The shaved man with the same eyebrow and same voice by Henry Rollins isn't him.
Thanks for spoiling it for the viewers. I wanted to build it up. To be fair, it's very obvious.
Back in Zaofu, the team is all amazed by how cool the whole city is. And
dude, Bolin especially is having the time of his life. Yeah. And of course,
we see a big metal statue of Toph, the inventor of metal bending.
The creator.
Yeah.
You don't invent bending, you create it.
She invented it.
She created it.
She invented it.
Anyway.
I'll go off
Tomato, potato.
Yeah, we learn that she used to visit all the time, but now she wanders the world in search of enlightenment, and no one has seen her in years.
Yep, and that saddens Bolin.
Of course.
And so... They go inside a building.
They arrive at a big shiny house.
And there's some kind of metal bending practice happening.
We see that Aiwei says that her mother wants to meet with Korra first.
Oh, right. Yes, correct.
And this is when we see a number of cool bending practicing, metal benders on wires, doing the
doing some
bend dances. And as we say, it's for a performance. But we get a quick shot of a certain earthbender who I want everyone to keep an eye on. She has a mole and she has a long ponytail. She's one of the dancers in the beginning bit. Keep an eye on her. Anyway,
okay.
Ignore that, Ben. Anyway.
No, I'm not going to ignore this. Anyway.
We see the matriarch of the metal clan, Su-yin, introduced as Call Misu.
Yeah, call Misu?
Call Misu. Misu. No, she says
anyway.
Anyway.
But yeah, she's actually very pleasant and happy, and everyone's just like, yeah, and Korra's like, yeah, it's finally glad to meet you. Aiwei whispers to Sue's ear.
I was about to say before that, voice actor is Anne Heche from Everwood, from Ally McBeal, I know her from Nip Tuck, and also Chicago PD. She's a huge actress.
Things I've never watched in my life.
Of course. But yeah, Su-yin is a big actress, yeah.
Nice.
All right, yeah. Tells him, like, oh, there's so many things to do here, and there's a number of interests and hobbies, and everyone here is really cool, and this city's the best city ever.
Oh, by the way, you missed when Aiwei was taking them on the train.
Yeah.
You missed the part where everyone in the city, they're urged to be at their highest potential, so everyone can do pretty much anything if they set their mind to it, kind of thing.
Yeah, if they want, yeah.
But anyway, back at Sue. Aiwei whispers something, and Sue's like, why did you lie to my advisor about this being everyone? And Korra at first is like, what are you talking about? And Aiwei reveals he's a truth seeker. He can literally, pretty much like what Toph could do with like the vibrations.
Toph could do, sensing vibrations in somebody to see if they're lying.
And Korra's like, okay, look, we didn't mean to lie. We were just told not to tell you that Lin was here. And Sue immediately is like, wait, Lin's here?
Yeah,
Woo,
she's so
I want to meet her. And Korra's confused, and she's like, wait, you know Lin? And Sue's like, you're kidding, right? Oh, of course she wouldn't tell you about me. I'm her sister.
Yeah. Bum, bum.
Dude, mind blow number one. Although I did when she revealed that, I did see some of the signs. Like I remember because they have the same hair.
Yeah, very similar hair. Yeah.
And then of course as that happens,
they bring her to the ship, and we learn that they're actually half sisters. That Lin points out immediately.
Same mom, different dads. But then we also learn
seems very nice and happy, but Lin is very put off to the whole situation.
And we also learn that Lin has not spoken to or visited any of her family in 30 years. Yeah, 30 years. Yeah, any of you out there who don't get to see their family like a year, maybe every 1 or 2 years, just remember, there's always something worse out there.
It could be 30
but anyway, of course,
Sue says that the airbender is her daughter, and Lin doesn't care that it's her niece.
Lin doesn't care, and as all of that's happening, Lin is just like extremely upset. Yeah. But Sue's like, I gotta show you the city, because let's be honest, our squabbling is not the point. The point is, Korra here needs to see the airbender. And Lin's just like,
Yeah, as she begins to show them around to her rest of her family, we see a metal bending sport called Power Disc, played by Sue's two sons, Wei and Wei. Was it Wing or Wei?
It's Wing and Wei.
Win? I thought it was Win. Wing?
I have the Blu-ray with subtitles.
Yeah.
It's Wing.
Wing? Okay.
Yep, Wing and Wei. Yeah. And Power Disc is not only a metal bending sport, but it was one invented by Wing and Wei.
Yeah. All right. So then next we see a bunch of scrap metal art from like
some edgy looking guy named Juan.
Yeah, the punk with eyeliner and piercings named Juan. Bolin doesn't get the art, but tries to be nice.
I'm sorry, but I like this because Bolin's like, that's a nice banana, and Juan is like, what are you talking about? I was inspired by harmonic convergence, obviously. And Bolin's like, oh, yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. I see it now. Banana.
Yeah, it's very funny as he walks away.
And it's just like, okay. And then we actually get to see the airbender.
Yep.
A cute girl.
Yeah.
By the name of Opal.
We meet her, and Bolin is automatically like, oh, she's great. And Lin is rushing to leave. Also,
Lin is just like, we gotta get out.
Yep. Also, the voice actor for Opal, Alison Stoner, who you might know as from Kairi from Kingdom Hearts.
Ah, see,
that girl in Young Justice.
That's the other one, because I knew she sounded familiar.
Yeah, Isabella from Phineas and Ferb, and also she's like a frequent dancer in those Missy Elliott videos from the 90s and on. She's a dancer mostly. But she's great and she's been in a ton of stuff.
And it's actually cute because we're not going to gloss over this part. Because Bolin is being nice. He's like, hey, that's a nice name, Opal. I'm Bolin. And immediately Opal, like, hardcore crushes on Bolin.
Yeah, it's all, like, flirty.
Like, she's all flirty. Yeah. Bolin is literally oblivious to this. That's like, after she's like, being all like flustered and all like cutesy and stuff, we see Bolin just like, staring off like, It's like, Bolin, my friend, come on.
Sue wants Opal to train and stay here, which is the first little snag, but Lin wants her to leave.
Yeah, Lin, and Korra agrees. Well, kind of agrees.
Korra doesn't. She said
Korra was like, she should come to the air temple.
Yeah, Sue convinces Korra to stay for a bit though. Instead.
And then, of course, Lin's not happy about it, but does anyway.
And she still won't say why she's so ready to leave and so hostile to everybody.
Yep, and but don't worry, it's the safest city. Then we cut to Korra and Opal starting their first session, and
Opal
of course,
is already pretty good. Apparently.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was actually kind of funny because Opal's like, I'm nervous about this, and Korra's like, look, I've never taught anyone either, so we're both in the same boat. But yeah, she's kind of a natural talent.
And at the temple, Milo is, of course, very harsh on the recruits.
Training the worms.
Yeah, it's very hilarious.
Be the leaf! What does that mean?
They can't go through that crazy panel thing that Korra could barely do, but Zahir expertly does it very well. I'm sorry.
Yoru?
Yeah, Euro.
Or Euro, or Gyro, or Gyro.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, but he does it exponentially well. And Kaya's very suspicious of this.
Oh, no, not Kaya tells them that Tenzin wants everyone to meet at the Northern Air Temple, and Zahir's like, oh, is Korra going to be there, the Avatar? And she's like, no.
Yeah, no, she had other obligations, and that's when she starts getting suspicious.
Yeah, and Kaya's just like, okay, and he's just like, oh, I'm really hoping that, oh, well. It's really funny. And she tells him that she left traveling with Tenzin and she's off state split.
Right.
That's when they find out.
And then we go back to the Metal Clan. Yeah, yep. Zafu.
The chef in Zafu I wrote down and cooked elephant koi. And I was just like, oh.
Yeah, dude, I was going to say, I have exactly what he cooked on here. Yeah, a seared wild Kyoshi elephant koi paired with a ginger-infused pea tendril and hibiscus root salad.
Yeah.
Like he's literally, he's like an Iron Chef.
Yeah. Well, shut up. Anyway, he's a really buff dude with tattoos and piercings, and he looked very interesting. I was like, what's up with that? You find out later. Sue's husband and oldest son, keep an eye on him, are busy with a project, and don't go to dinner. Shut up, Ben. Don't look at me like that. Just remember her oldest son. There's nothing behind that. Shush. Lin mocks Sue for having 5 kids and jokes about how Tom said that they were a blessing sarcastically. It's very funny. It's very
and as that's happening, Bolin and Opal are hitting it off pretty well, actually.
Yeah, it's a very awkward dinner, but Bolin makes a joke about a pea tendril, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, right. And of course, Korra and Sue not only talk about, they talk about the airbenders, and they also mention the Queen, which Sue is immediately like,
she sucks.
Queens are like so last century.
Yeah, it's a good
story. It was
hilarious. So terrible.
But
Bolin and Opal keep talking about their shared past. While Opal feels like she's a little bit like locked in, and Bolin's like, I've done a crazy stuff. I grew up on the street. I was a famous
like the moment he mentioned like growing up on the street, she's like, oh, I'm sorry. Bolin's like, no, it's fine. I mean, this happened. But now
things get more and more tense between Lin and Sue.
More tension grows up, and now. How are they going to get out of this tension, you might be asking? But let me tell you, kids, because the only person who can break a tense situation comes in. Varric and Julie! They appear again! Dude, I had to pause watching this just so I could scream at the top of my lungs because my second best boy has made it into... He's back.
Yep.
And he's like, I'm just like... Dude, Bolin and I, we're just Varric!
Yeah.
And then, of course...
He claims his prison escape was the universe setting him free.
Oh, yeah, dude, we're talking like... Asami's like, what are you doing here? Good question. What are any of us doing here?
He's very philosophical.
And, of course, the universe let him escape.
Yeah, it freed him.
And the universe freed him, that's what
and now he works for Suyin.
He has seen the future. And the future is magnets.
Lin is pissed Sue is harboring a criminal, and Sue thinks people can live out their lives and outlive a bad past. This is a theme, ladies and gentlemen, a theme of outliving your bad past.
And by the way, I mean, why can't people change? I mean, the chef who made that wonderful elephant koi, he was a pirate.
Yeah, and of course, this angers Lin to no end, and she storms off
Yep, she
angry.
just leaves.
And Mako and Bolin continue. This is when we cut to after she storms out from dinner. Mako and Bolin are like cleaning up after dinner, and they chat about Opal. Bolin doesn't think she's his type, but then Mako, of course, makes fun of all of his past love
Dumb
interests.
movie stars and evil ice princesses.
Yep, it's very, very judgmental on Mako's part for being such a horrible boyfriend that he was.
And of course, and then Bolin's like, you know what? Maybe she is Bolin material.
Yeah, he starts like slicking up back his hair a little bit.
So, and then of course, Korra and Sue have a moment
we
where
got to a model of the city that she's looking at. That's Sue with Sue.
And Korra's just like, look, I'm sorry about how Lynn's been treating you.
Yeah.
And we actually get some backstory where apparently Sue and Lynn were fighting for Toph's attention because where Toph lived in a situation where she had no freedom, Toph gave them literally all the freedom that they wanted.
Yeah, and we also see that Sue started the entire city herself with her husband. We don't know about the husband yet, I don't know, but she also mentions that she started this entire city. And Korra apologizes about Lynn's behavior and then asks what the deal. And this is when we find out neither of them knew who their father was. And Toph was always busy as chief.
Yep.
Treated them the opposite of how she was raised, which we saw. Yeah, her parents didn't want her. Like, my daughter's a blind, defenseless little girl, and she can't be blah, blah, blah. And she's like out fighting in like underground tournaments and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, it's very funny. They're like, oh no, I want to be open. And
of course, Lynn became a police officer.
Yeah, Toph did not like how Lynn was a police officer, and Sue says, I was a rebel.
Bit of a rebel, but apparently, Toph was not happy with either of them.
Yeah.
So, Sue, at 16 years old, left to see the world.
Yeah, she became a pirate, a circus actor, and did some sandbending with nomads.
Yep.
Yeah, all those things.
Ultimately, all she wanted was to get married, have kids, and start what she's doing now.
Yeah, she married an architect and started the city as well as his family. And she's sad that Lynn never came to live with them.
Right. And then we go back to
Bolin
and Opal. Opal is practicing, and Bolin is putting on the smolder.
Yeah.
Opal does not like this.
Yeah, she's like, you're really, really weird, and I'm not liking. Then he's like, come on, I was just trying to be cool. I always try to blow up with them with girls, and I'm sorry. And she's like, just be yourself.
Sorry, I like it because she's like, oh, I'm sorry. When girls like me, I go crazy. And she's like, who said I liked you?
Yeah.
Wait, but I'm kidding. But don't. I just like it because this is adorable. Because she's like, stop trying.
Yeah.
I mean, don't stop trying. Just
be yourself.
Long story short, it's a be yourself moment. And Bolin, being the adorable yet gullible man that he is like, wait, be myself, the thing I should have been doing all this time?
Of course. This is when they're interrupted by Korra saying she needs Opal's help.
Yeah, she's just like, hey, Opal, can I break you away from Bolin for a second here?
Yep. And we cut back to Air Temple Island, where Yoro sneaks around and finds a locket. It has Guru Lahima's passage in it.
Yep, and he, of course, he reads it. And as that's happening, Iki's like, hey, no one's allowed in my dad's office except for my dad.
And he's like, oh, I was looking for this inscription. Do you know what it says? And does he tell her or does he get off before?
No, she asks what he was saying. And all he said was it was some kind of passage from
Guru Lahima.
Guru Lahima. And of course, Kaya's like, Iki, you need to be in bed.
Yep, Kaya pops up.
Kaya raises an eyebrow at
Zahir. Starts asking him some questions, and she figures out, wait a minute, you're Zahir. And immediately they start fighting. It's a very, very cool fight because she has something about a tribe water on her. He pulls out a glider, an old glider. I don't know if this
it was from Tenzin's office, actually.
Yeah.
Because it was on
he pulls out the glider from the area. I was curious if that was actually Aang's old glider or not. I was very curious.
I think it is because it was it was nicely placed on an altar kind of thing. So I think that was actually Aang's.
Oh man, he takes the glider and he escapes, but is pulled from the sky by Kaya. It's a very cool fight. Using the glider staff, he takes out a ton of people. I said doing a bunch of cool Aang shit. Mm-hmm. He beats up everybody, including her and the White Lotus that try to stop him.
Right, and then of course he flies away he even states that he was disappointed that he's not going to be joining him since the Avatar's not there.
Yeah, it's a very cool fight. And
then we cut to Zafu, where
Lin reads a paper with. I wrote that person. I'm almost spoiled, but yeah, she reads a paper. Oh, wait a minute. Ben, plug your ears because that on that paper is that character I told you to keep in mind in earlier, Kuvira. Don't ignore that. All right. Korra pops up with Opal. You're good. Okay. Korra pops up with Opal to talk.
And Opal's trying to warm up to Lynn,
she opens up her heart and is very kind, saying, I never got to get to know you, my aunt, and I'm just glad you're here, and I just want to get to know you. And Lynn's
just like, get out.
And she's like, what? And she's like, get out. It's so intense and crazy.
And Korra's just like...
And Opal cries and runs off, and it's just like, woof.
And of course, Korra's like, what's your problem? I told Opal to come here.
Yeah.
This was my idea. And of course, Lynn's like, start saving the world and stop saving my family. And of course, Korra's like, wow, Sue's right. You're just going to be a lonely, bitter old woman. Leaves, and of course, Lynn starts crying.
Yeah, it's a super sad moment. Like I said, way back in season 1, Lynn's suffering has not even begun to start in that first season.
And then the episode ends there.
And that's where the episode ends, and I was just like, ugh, so tore up over this. I was texting with Ed while watching this. I was like, God, I forgot. I was like, everything's... Lynn is so messed up and sad.
Just seeing Lynn like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm used to seeing Lynn
confident and kick butt.
Well, that and crotchety.
Yeah, stoic and crotchety. Yeah,
but no. Yeah, now she has to do something that characters like that have a hard time doing. Facing your past.
Yeah, it's a very, very intense thing. I absolutely love her. Also, yeah, what do you think of Zaofu?
Oh, dude. Honestly, if I were an earthbender, I would totally want to go there just so I could learn metal bending. And I would actually want to live there.
You could learn from the police force in Republic City.
Why would I want to learn from Lynn?
From Republic City. She's not going to teach her at the police force. Come on, she's a chief. She doesn't have time for that.
I know. That's why the only person who would teach me is Sue. But, okay, I have to point this out. I am a strong fan of Team Bolin-Eska.
Really?
Why then are they pulling a Rey from Finn from Star Wars? First season, he wanted to be with Korra. Yeah. Didn't work out. Second season, it was Bolin with Best Girl.
Eska's great.
Third season.
Before that, he was after Ginger during that season too.
Well, okay, that was ambiguous, but let's be honest, it's Best Girl.
Yeah, it was Eska, and then Eska ended, and then he was with Ginger, and then Ginger ended, and then he was back with Eska, kind of.
Even though they never officially ended it on screen, which I think is hilarious. But anyway, and then in this season, it's now Bolin and Opal. Yeah, it's a whole Finn from Star Wars.
Yeah, different love or Scarlet or Black Widow from Marvel. Every movie she has a different love interest.
During our extra long episode, I saw when you pointed out about Finn with Rey in the first one, and then Rose in the second. I wanted to say, he's becoming like, but I couldn't say it because we hadn't recorded this episode yet. But no, Lynn, just choose one already.
He'll never choose.
Well, it says you.
Well, yeah, of course, but like it's great that he has. Look, and also, I love Opal. I love Opal because she's just already great. She's an airbender.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to be honest, I do like Opal's character. It has like that whole thing I was saying right now has nothing to do with her because she actually is she seems like she's gonna be an interesting character, and she's literally just a female Bolin.
She's not really as jokey as Bolin. She's pretty like shy.
But yeah, in innocence is what I'm talking about because she and he act somewhat the same. Especially when they first met. But she's obviously, she does have more intellect.
Well, she was raised in this cool city, off, and like being raised by the a metal queen lady. Everybody, matriarch.
All right, Matt.
What?
Real talk. We're gonna have to do something very serious in this episode.
What?
We're gonna have to. By the way, this is the title of episode 6. We're gonna have to open up some old wounds.
Yikes! That was a terrible joke, and yikes! This episode.
Joke or segue?
Yeah, it was a bad segue. My bad. Oh no, it was a good segue. Yeah, but it was a bad joke. Anyway, episode 6.
I wasn't trying to joke. Anyway, but good old Shiro is there to tell us that Lynn has a sister. And this is amazing. Yep. And her niece Opal is the new airbender they were looking for.
Yep.
And of course, while Sue and Opal are like, "Yay, we welcome you with open arms," Lynn's just like, "No, I'm not having this." But meanwhile,
Zahir.
Zahir went to the air temple to find Korra. It failed. That whole thing failed. So Zahir left, and now he's a wanted man in Republic City. Which, that just...
What?
He's a wanted man everywhere, and yet Republic City's just now like, this man's dangerous.
Well, they know that he's there, I guess. The problem now, Zaofu opens up like a lily because it was closed at night. That's so cool.
I know, right? I love that so much.
Yeah.
And of course, Korra and company are eating breakfast, and it's just like, oh no, Lynn's not here.
Yeah,
maybe she's sulking or something. Wing and Wei are like, hey, we're getting ready for.
I must say before that we see Sue is pissed about how Lynn treated Opal.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's very.
It's
very
her daughter.
Pissed. Yeah, of course. Wing and Wei fight over prepping for Power Disc in the morning. Like, I'm gonna be.
And of course, they're like, "Hey, Korra, you should join us." And Korra's like, "I can't because I don't know how to metal bend." Yeah. And Sue's surprised because he's like, "Why didn't Lynn teach you this?" And Korra makes a good point.
Yeah.
She's busy. First off, she's busy, but secondly, Korra never thought to ask.
Yeah, it's very funny. Sue says that Lynn would be a bad teacher and offers to teach her herself. It's very funny.
And then, of course, as all of this is happening...
Opal says that Bolin should join them.
But he's Bolin's awkwardly refuses.
My heart is in the rocks and the dirt, and I couldn't do that. But Sue says the door is open. So.
Yeah, door's open, if you want.
And suddenly, magnetizing.
Suddenly, all the metal, even from Bolin's mouth, just goes and sticks to Varric with this weird ultra old Iron Man looking suit.
I see a full samurai Iron Man looking suit with all magnets.
And of course he's like, yes, success, magnet suit, it works. Julie, turn it off.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
And then he's like, yes, it worked. Now for phase 2. Julie cleans up this mess, walks away. And it's funny because when he tells Julie to turn it off, Julie is carrying this huge, gigantic, power cord. And of course, when Varric leaves to have Julie clean up the mess, we actually get something of her emoting because she looks down, looks at Varric.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow.
This is when we see two guards just flirting. Like, hey, you
flirting? I don't think, hey, how many push-ups did you do yesterday? I did 50. That's not flirting.
I'm pretty sure that dude was trying to hit on that other guard lady.
but
that was him hitting on her, yeah.
Oh, my head.
Hey, you don't know how she's a guard. She's tough lady.
But you know what I do know?
Lynn's pissed.
Exactly. Spoilers, Lynn's upset. Go figure.
Yeah, Lynn's like, hey, what are you guys doing? Get back to work. You can be here any minute now.
And Iway's just like, hey, whoa,
Iway pops up like, yeah, you need to chill out, girl.
Yeah, chill. You look kind of you look kind of hurt. You look like you're over. Well, yeah, you look hurt. I think you're extremely overstressed, and if you don't take care of these repressed memories, it's going to affect you. And of course, Lynn's like, I don't want to.
That's wrong. Yeah.
I don't want to talk about my emotions. He's like, okay, then don't. Here's an acupuncturist.
Yeah.
And of course, she's just like scoff. Meanwhile, in
Republic City.
Yeah, in Republic City.
Zahir and the gang, I'll say, chill in a spirit-filled apartment.
Yep. And of course, Gazen's like, so what? Are we gonna continue our plan to take out the president? And Zahir's like, no, that has to wait. We gotta get out.
Plee is in full armor now, in a full normal outfit, and she says that thanks for causing a ruckus, Zahir. Jeez.
Yep. So, long story short, they have to leave Republic City because of that.
Yeah, and they can't take out the president. They say that the delivery truck outside that they see, and they say, that's our means of escape from the city.
Yep, and then, of course, as that's happening...
metal bending acupuncture.
Yeah,
I was like, that's really cool.
Yeah, it was. And, of course... Now, I don't know much about actual acupuncture, so I don't know if this is a Legend of Korra version of it or not.
Well, no, they don't float the needles above them with metal bending. No, put them in your body.
I mean how it works, you dope. Well, first off, he's the acupuncturist. Sticks needles in Lynn's
all of her pressure points and chi points and all that, whatever the heck.
Tell me if you feel anything. I feel nothing. Huh. That means your chi is really blocked right now.
Here's more needles.
More needles. Now, what I'm about to say is what I don't know about acupuncture, because he talks about how sometimes when you do acupuncture, there could be deep buried memories that are very hard for you to comprehend, kind of thing. And of course, the moment Lynn's like, buried memories, please, a needle gets stuck right in her forehead, and we go blasting into the past.
Yeah.
Where we see Sue with a young Sue.
Young Lynn and the young Sue confronts Sue for ditching with her pals.
Yep.
And they have a big bag full of jewels that they're all like, hey, this is silly.
And of course, Lynn's like, why are you out with these creeps?
Yeah, she's chastising her for ditching, is it school or just ditching someone at a meeting? Yeah, she's pissed at her for ditching. She's like, what are you doing? Why are you hanging out with these losers? And like,
Sue's like whatever,
friends.
you're not my mom. Leaves.
Yeah, Lynn tells her to stop acting like this, but Sue lashes out and leaves, and current Lynn is sweating and
sweating bullets.
Yep.
And then, speaking of Sue, we get to Sue and Korra in out in this garden with a whole bunch of actual meteorites.
Yeah,
actually.
meteors. She says she collects them and that they are really good for metal bending, which I'm like, oh wow, that whole thing that Toph did way earlier. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think. Toph metal bent in season 2 with Ba Sing Se
at the very end of season 2.
The meteor thing with Sokka's sword was in season 3.
Wait, I think it was in season 3 then because
no, she was kidnapped by those 2 guards and the after Aang was killed. He had to get back to Ba Sing Se.
No, you're right.
So the meteor was metal. I don't remember if they said it was made out of a metal or way back then, but yeah, these meteors are all metal.
Well, I mean, if Sokka was able to forge a sword from the meteor,
so it had to be metal.
Yeah, there had to be something.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't use a forge in. Well, actually, you could melt stone.
Who knows?
Anyway,
it had to be metal because it was a metal sword. I'm pretty sure at the end of that.
Yeah. Anyway,
So the meteor is really good for metal bending, which is really cool. Cool callback. Korra tries, but is distracted by a peeping Bolin.
Yeah, but excuse you. Oh my, a peeping Bolin. And of course, Bolin.
Pretending not to watch.
Pretending not to watch is like, yeah, don't worry, I'll just sit here and watch. And Sue's like, you could, learn with Korra, right? He's like, nah, Earth guy right here. I'm just gonna pull up a chair and sit.
Yeah, and we also learned that only one in 100 Earthbenders can actually be metal benders.
And Sue's like, not with that attitude.
Yeah.
Because she's like, the only thing holding you back is your negative attitude.
Yep, Korra keeps trying and eventually succeeds. And Bolin's like, wow, I guess you're one of those 1 in 100.
Yeah, and I found it interesting because in order for her to metal bend, she had to actually focus on the actual
minerals
earth that's in the. That's why my question about if they can do something with the body.
Yeah, that's how Toph originally learned. She was in that metal cage. She started doing her echolocation thing, and she felt the minerals inside of the metal, and that's how she began to actually bend that.
Yeah.
So that's how she originally learned, and that's funny. That's exactly how they try to teach Korra. It's very, very cool.
And Bolin is sad at this, but now we have to go back to the past.
Yeah.
Where Lynn's driving a police vehicle, and of course it's
she's on patrol and she gets a call. It's very cool.
She gets a call for a robbery, and of course immediately as she's getting ready to go to it, she sees the getaway car and she starts chasing it. Stops it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden we find out that it's two.
You said that she got a call about a robbery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, she metal bends the wheels on the thing and crashes the car. And who gets out is those 2 weirdos that Sue was with. And she catches them immediately. And it's a disheveled Sue that crawls out of the car as well. And this is when Lynn wakes up and shoots the needles out of her all over the place.
Yep. And then she starts walking out, and the acupuncturist is like, you shouldn't do this. This is gonna make you sick. And she's like, shut up.
Yeah, but she stumbles out very drunkenly anyway.
And then of course we cut to
in her room.
Yeah, to her in her room.
Yeah, of young Sue. But it's
actually Korra.
Door. Yeah, it's Korra telling her, you should apologize to Opal. You were terrible and nasty to her.
And then of course
she's like, I gotta go back to the drunkily
I gotta go back.
Yeah, it goes back to the acupuncturist for the final session.
So she's gotta go back
to the past. Yeah, Samurai Jack. Anyway, it's the same scene when she goes back to the acupuncturist to finish the session. The guys are Terror Triad, and Sue was the getaway driver.
Yep, and of course, obviously, Lynn's like, you're not going to get away with this. And Sue's like, what are you going to do? Arrest me?
Yeah, it's no big
Starts
deal.
walking
Whatever.
away, well, Lynn goes to arrest her.
Yeah, she tries to bust off.
A criminal not thinking that she's going to be arrested, even though they're family.
Yeah, and then, she cuts off Sue.
But this right here really astonished me. Because as Lynn used the awesome wire thing that the metal benders have, it grabs Sue's arm.
She's trying to arrest her.
Sue goes and cuts the wire. And
does she have a knife or does she use a knife?
It was a knife.
Yeah.
How else is she going to cut it?
She's a metal bender.
I don't think that early she wasn't.
She's trained. If Lynn can do that with the wires, she has to be trained.
Anyway, point is Sue just turns around and cuts the wire, and the wire recoils back so fast that it gives Lin that scar that she now has.
Yeah, her face scars. Yeah, the 2 face scars was from the wire being cut from her sister. So messed up.
And of course, this is not good, obviously.
Yep, and this is when we cut to a checkpoint.
Border.
Yep, the border checkpoint out of Republic City through the bridge. The delivery man is with the Zahir group and is very nervously driving. We see that he gets pulled over by the checkpoint. Ming-Hua has an ice spear on his side telling him not to misspeak, but he accidentally blows his cover.
Yeah, blows his cover. But fortunately, when they're like, step out of the car, the guy gets to step out of the car and just runs.
Yeah, he just looks fleeing. It's hilarious.
And then, of course, they go to check the goods, and it's a Zahir. And
blasts the cops, and they
He's
flee.
Like, get going! And then they literally drive away.
Yeah, Ming-Hua drives the car away. Plee blasts the cars with her crazy psychic fire bending, and
it's
goes
called
on
combustion bending.
Yeah, Sparky Boom bending. Anyway,
Sparky Boom bending.
Yeah, Gazan lavas the bridge as they escape, and I'm like, yeah,
dude, yes. Every time I see Gazan, it's just like,
yeah, they gotta see. Bolin casually is just walking around the old meteor field and tries to do some metal bending, but is unable.
Yep, unable to. And of course, who but Opal is there? It's like,
he's
hey, are you gonna, try doing something with that? And Bolin's like, no, I'm thinking about mustaches. And she's like, Bolin, you're talking weird again.
Yeah, and he says he can't figure out metal bending.
Yep, we learned that Bolin cannot figure out metal bending, and that he's tried. He's tried many times, and he just can't do it.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest reasons is because his biggest role model is Toph.
Biggest hero. And I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm like, that's awesome. And then, of course, Opal's like, well, you must be afraid.
Sue, why not? Yeah.
You should ask Sue. And Bolin points out also, it's like, oh, it's kind of like you when, you wanting to leave
but your mom's telling you to stay here. We should both do what we need to do. And it's very like, oh, good.
Look at us, supporting each other. And they have a cute moment.
Yeah, it's very nice. Lin, in her flashback, we see Sue and her being chastised by Toph.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's really fantastic.
I do. Yeah, I was gonna say, if I remember, Toph is like has them both in in her office, and she's just like, do you girls understand the position you just put me in?
Yeah, and Lin is, I'm 100% of this whole sequence, I'm 100% on Lin's side. Lin
Same
says
here.
She didn't do anything wrong. She arrested a criminal. Toph is just like, oh, Sue, why would you do this? All right, Sue, you're going to go live with my family outside of the city.
Yep, you're not allowed to be in Republic City.
Give me that arrest report, and she rips it up. Lin is incredibly and understandably furious about it.
I agree with you, because Lin literally did nothing wrong. She did her job.
Yeah, and she's like incredibly upset. Like, how could you just get away with this? Why are you letting her get away with nothing? And we see current time Lin leaves in the middle of the acupuncture session.
No, it was technically the end of it.
Yeah,
because after the acupuncture, he's just like, now you're done, but you're gonna feel frail. And come on, it's Lin. She's not gonna just sit back.
Yeah, of course. She's like just stumbles out of there. He's like, take it easy. You're gonna be a lot of pain. Korra is continuing to train as the first metal bending avatar, which I'm like, oh yeah. Has she ever metal bent in the avatar state in the past?
No, there has been no metal bending at all. This is the first time Korra's ever done it in the series.
Yeah, all right. So Bolin pops up.
Yep, Bolin pops in. And he's just like, hey, I want to learn metal bending, but you probably have a waiting list, so I can wait. And Sue just immediately like, let's get started.
Yep.
I'm like, yes!
But a pissed Lin shows up and...
I got a bone to pick with you, sis!
She starts breaking up the field and just like really pissed talking to her, and Lin blames Sue for Toph not returning after what happened. And Sue's like, what are you talking about? It wasn't my fault that mom left the job. And she's like, you humiliated her, you ruined her career. And she's like, we talked about this. Sue's like, I talked with mom about this. We like settled everything. You just never showed up here, and you're always so pissed about it.
Because the whole thing, this whole reason, the main reason why Lin was upset with Sue was because Sue would never change. And of course, well, we all know, and it blatantly gets pointed out here, is that Sue has changed. Lin's the one who hasn't.
Yeah, and she says Lin is still the same bitter person. And then Sue says the most unforgivable thing where she's just like, and that's why no wonder Tenzin left you. And I was just like,
dude. The moment she said that, I don't believe that anyone other than the Avatar can go into the Avatar state. But when Sue said that, I thought Lin was going to go to the Avatar state.
Yeah, it's crazy. Korra thinks that she should try to stop them. They start fighting and like throwing stuff at you. They start going crazy, and then like
she's like,
Korra's like, should I stop them? And Bolin's like, no, it's a sibling thing. You
wouldn't get it. It's a sibling thing. You wouldn't get it.
And I was just like, Bolin, I get you,
dude. Same here. Like I grew up with 2 brothers, so I'm just like, when Bolin's
I grew up with 4 sisters.
Yeah, right. Hey, we're not trying to compare because apparently they only had one sister to each other.
Yeah, one sister.
But one brother. Either way, it's just like, Bolin, I feel you, buddy.
I'm channeling you. Yeah, it's a family thing. It's crazy, a big fight.
And even we even have like the kids of Sue, like, yeah, go mom.
Yeah, Sue's family arrives.
One of Huang's the banana. Huang's art just
gets
goes
thrown.
up, and he starts to freak out, but he's just like, actually, it looks a lot better this way. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Lin and Sue are ready to keep going, but Opal arrives and breaks them up with airbending.
Yep, and then she was the bridge between her family.
Yep, and Lin faints from the stress, and Korra catches her.
Yep, and then we cut to
Team Avatar.
Yep, Team Avatar outside of Lin's room.
Yeah, and
they're like, hey,
they're afraid to knock on the door.
Right, every single one of them was just like, are we good? So Mako was like, okay, fine. Knocks, he goes, Chief Beifong, I don't mean to push your recovery. I mean, you probably are going through a lot.
You're sleeping for 16 hours.
But it's been 16 hours. Can you at least let us know that your door opens up and Lin just yawns wearing these like...
Yeah, she's very same, like, what's going
similar.
on?
She's like, hi guys, how's it going? And she just walks out and everyone's just like, including me, is just like, what?
Yeah, it's just like, what's going on? She's just like, oh, what's going on? She's really happy and stuff. And then we cut to her in Lin's house with the pirate chef.
And the chef made some kind of kale shake.
Yeah, a fancy kale drink. And like,
Lin drinks it and she seems to enjoy it.
And while like we see Opal kind of like peeking into the room and then trying to run away, and she calls Opal in and says she apologizes.
Yeah, and she actually apologizes and also tries to get Opal to be more open about how she feels because living with her mom Toph, she knows about how Toph lived and how they lived, and she's like, yes, I do understand what your mom's trying to do, but you got to have some freedom as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say spoilers for Attack on Titan.
Oh, okay.
But the thing about the children always rebelling up against whatever their family taught them, with like open, free parents having a very restrictive child, that restrictive child having very open kids, and it keeps like cycling back and forth. It's very much that Sue is now very strict with her kids, as Toph wasn't, because Toph's parents were strict with her. It's a very cool little like cyclical. Yeah,
it's like a cycle kind of thing.
It's a very cool cyclical thing about how the parents raise their kids and how they turn out. It's very, very cool.
Yeah.
The Opal is hesitant because she doesn't want to bother her mom, but they bond over mother issues and they hug it out.
Yep, and they hug it out.
Scene. Opal goes to her parents to talk about her plans. Lin and Sue talk beneath the Toph statue and resolve their issues. It's very, very nice.
Family matters done right.
What? No, there's no Urkel. How dare you say it's done right?
Who's Bolin?
Yeah, you're right. Sue tries to get Lin to stay with them, but
and Lin's like, look,
let's just not attack each other.
Let's just not. But I will promise to visit and not try to kill you.
Yeah, they say we're gonna be peaceful. And once again, Zahir's gang are camped out on the side of the road, and they're trying to figure out a plan. Zahir is meditating. But this is when he deduces that Korra is with the Metal Clan, and that is their next target. And that is where this episode batch ends.
Yep, that's the end of this. So, like I said, the Metal Clan and Old Wounds.
Yeah, it's a very, very cool combination of episodes. I absolutely loved it.
Oh my goodness, it was great.
Yeah, I loved all the crazy drama with Lin and her family. So depressing and messed up.
Yeah, it is. It was very... I mean,
it was very sad.
Lin had every right to be the way she was.
Absolutely. She didn't do anything wrong. Toph decided to help her kid, and Lin got screwed overboard. Also, like I said, the whole thing about like forgiving people of their past, like she did with Varric and the pirate, Sue moved from her past as a criminal who would have been a gangster if she didn't get kicked out of the city.
Although that would be very interesting, because the Terra Triad, didn't all those gangs become the Triple Triad?
The Triple Threat Triad?
Yeah, Triple
Likely,
threat. Yeah.
Because Triple Threat has all of the elements, while that was probably just, they probably would have just been like earthbending. But
that's right, because there are other clans, like
there were
there's
a couple
like the fire ones.
Agni Kais.
Yeah, the Agni Kais and stuff like that. So you're right. But either way, that would have been interesting.
Yeah, but I love that this whole thing. Yeah,
now I can picture Sue being like a crime lord.
She would have been, because she's her sister Sue would have been the chief, and that would have been a crazy cool dynamic. But
it would have, but
like, yeah, I love it. It was a good message about like, yeah, forgiving people who have criminal pasts and they can move on and become better people. But like Lynn's like, no, you're terrible and you still got all this. You have a great life and all this stuff, and I'm still like a grumpy chief and everything sucks and you got away with crimes, and it's just like, it's a very like emotional, crazy, heavy beat for her, and it was really cool.
It was.
I absolutely this arc. I absolutely love Lynn. Sue is
Lynn's the best. Sue is cool too.
She's cool, but she's a good opposite to her.
Zaofu
is great.
Is amazing, yeah. And again, like I said, Opal's a good character.
Yeah, Opal's great.
And I'm hoping, not gonna hold my breath or anything, but I'm hoping that Bolin settles.
He'll never. He's a free spirit.
No, he's not. He's sturdy as a rock.
Well, not really. He's pretty wishy-washy, silly actor guy.
I know he is. But still, oh my goodness, these episodes are amazing. Now, there's going to be more to come.
Yeah, because now things about to really pop off now that Zahir knows where Korra is and he's finally going after her.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait. Mm-hmm. I can, but I can't. It's one of those odd situations.
Yeah, it's really, I love this series. And this is one of my favorite seasons because Zahir's group is so damn cool. Plee is great. Minghua's great. Gazan is amazing.
Gazan's the best.
Yeah, Gazan. Well, I'm not gonna spoil anything. Yeah, this show's gonna get crazy. But yeah, keep watching those episodes. We're gonna cover another 3 in 2 weeks after the Young Justice episode. Woof! I'm loving this, and I'm so glad that we got to see actual more earthbending importance in this episode.
It was fantastic, and now obviously we're not done yet because I want to see a metal bending Bolin. Korra, I can understand that she's going to be able to but yeah, I want to see a metal bending Bolin.
Yeah, maybe we'll get it. All right, guys, we're signing off.
Yep. What about you?
Plugs, Matthew Lowe's podcasts on Twitter, on YouTube. Check out Forgotten Minotaur King. It's great. Patreon also, Forgotten Minotaur King and all that junk. You Ben?
Nothing yet.
All right, we'll see. Anyway.
And all of you out there, all you lovely folks out there, keep it sleazy.
Yeah, keep it sleazy. I'm glad we finally settled on that's the catchphrase of the show. Bye.